I'm so grateful to you. I'm listening to you maybe for 7 years already,
Wow,
and
nice.
yes, we've got the call maybe 4 years ago. I still remember that because it impacted me so much that maybe 1 month after that I was feeling like full of energy and motivated and so on. So
Oh,
thank you so much.
nice. Oh, wow.
And
Yeah, that's,
that was me. I wrote you an email that I want to translate your book into Russian,
oh, yeah, you
and
did.
I'm
Yeah.
so happy it was me.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for responding me. And really, it was very cool to uh, have the email from you.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah, that was such a sweet offer. I'm so grateful for the offer. That's very sweet.
yeah, I I read your book and it was so amazing the experience and that I read your story. It was very important for me because I've got panic attacks in September last year, and that pushed me to meditate, to do that every day, do
Oh, nice.
yoga and so
Yeah.
on. And I've got the question. I want to explain it so you can understand me. Um, I am listening maybe for 8 years, satsangs, retreats, and read all these books about that. And during my meditation, I've got the experience that I can observe all the feelings in my body, all the thoughts that comes and goes, and I can do that during the day. And it's easy. And I feel that I'm silent and that I'm not in my body, but I don't feel myself in anywhere else. I can't tell what place is it in which I am.
Yeah.
And but still I can't understand who am I, there's something, I know that there is something deeper, but I can't move on. It's like knocking at the door and
Yeah.
nobody is answering. I don't see anybody in my body. I don't see that there is a person and so on. I see all the thoughts and the sounds and the movements and other people and other world, but I don't feel that I'm the one with this world.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really
Mm.
graced that part of the non-duality teaching of when that's seen, and it because it's not a personal seeing. So no matter what you do, you can't force that to be seen, and you're not doing anything wrong if it's seen or if it's not seen. When life is willing to reveal itself, it will reveal itself. Like what you can do on the human level, seemingly, even though in the end there isn't a human doing, but it appears that way, is you can do things like meditating and like doing yoga classes, retreats, and calming down the separate self. But when it is seen as totally God's will, you can't force that because it's a shift from being the dream to the dreamer. So it's like in your dream at night, when you're dreaming, you're totally convinced that you are this person running around in the dream, and that you, as the person, say if you're dreaming about waking up, have got to find waking up. And when in that dream it is realized that you're actually the dreamer of the dream, is totally down to um, something beyond the character, that the character can't do that. The character can maybe go and meet gurus and find all this information and become really still, but still, when that's realized, it's down to something beyond the character.
Mm-hmm. So I just have to continue doing all this and just relax, yes, and let it go, let
Yeah,
it be
because
as
and because
right.
also, yeah, the person that feels, the person that you feel like that you are isn't who you are. So even when the person says, I just have to let it go and do what I'm doing, and then when it comes, that's never actually who you are. That's not who's listening to my words now. The person which is saying, I need to let it go, and then one day it will happen, I just do my things. That is like a programmed response which is happening, which my words are being filtered through, but it's not actually who's listening to the sound of my voice. That person which is saying that can't actually listen. That which is conscious of my voice is beyond all personal structures. So it's beyond the one that says, I want to get enlightened or I don't want to get enlightened. It's here, it's conscious, but it's not a thing.
I feel that.
Yeah. So there is some part of you that knows it. Yeah. Yeah. Like it just, there is a part of you that knows it. It's just that it quickly gets covered up again by the person looking. So that recognition, it's like you watch the videos and there's some recognition that's happening beyond you.
No, I feel there is no thought at all. Silence, total silence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it is wonderful. And that's the element that's been forgotten in the human world. In the human world, the person, the character is so fixated on getting and doing and being that it's forgotten that this whole world or this movement is playing out from silence and from stillness. So the other half of the coin is this silence and stillness. In order for all of this to play out, there has to be that silence and stillness. Like if you tried to play a film on another film, it would just be chaos. Like in order for a film to be played in the cinema, it has to be played on a still screen. And it's the same in this world. And that still screen is the consciousness, which is watching. It's who you are. And that screen is also love.
Do I have to feel like everything is one and so on, that or it's only love? No.
In a way, the person can never feel that because the person doesn't exist. So again, that's a question in the world of movement. And the world of movement is always changing. So love comes and goes, peace comes and goes, joy comes and goes. It's seeing something that's deeper than that and realizing that the person will never be in bliss, a state of bliss forever, or a person will never be in a state of love forever or a state of enlightenment forever. The person is a movement. The enlightenment, the stillness, the bliss that you're looking for is in what's always here. So you will never have the love, you will never have the bliss. It's deeper than that.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Well,
I get so blissed out speaking about this that I forget if it's making sense or not, like, because it's so beautiful. Like it trails off and disappears into that silence.
So this person can never be fulfilled, can never be satisfied, right? Because there will be some other things that comes and goes, and there will be always mess in that, right?
But there's a part of you. Sorry?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I didn't hear what you said.
I mean that if I will try to, if I see from the person's view, so I will always be looking after something more, right? After some experiences and so on.
So what is it that's there that's beyond the person? What is always here that's beyond the person, that's beyond all movement?
I've got the experience 2 days before that I was working and at the moment I understood that I am silent always. Like when I'm asking somebody or saying anything else, I'm always silent. Like I never said anything. You know.
Yeah.
It's so strong that I was like, oh, will I say something in future at all, or I will stay silent for all the years till I die?
Yeah. Yeah. Your essence is absolute silence and stillness and emptiness. And it's really miraculous because everything is appearing from that, because your essence is also not separate from the world. So everything is that stillness. Everything's appearing from that stillness and that silence and that emptiness. Everything is that. So it's kind of internally, it's all coming from no place, from emptiness, and externally it is as well. And this is so beautiful. This is where the freedom really comes into it, because we always see this world as something that's against us rather than something that is a part of us. Like it's always we're in relationship to the world. Whereas when you really recognize you're that silence and your stillness, you see that the whole world is that. The whole world is that essence. And so you're never really in competition with the world. The human form, in a way, is like the human form has to eat and do things in order to survive. But that which never leaves you, that which never comes and goes, is free of all of that. It's just there, watching, experiencing, being all these different forms.
I feel that I do have to meditate 24 hours per day. Not that I do have, but that I am doing that. You know?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I can't stop doing that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. When I was a practicing Buddhist, we used to do this nighttime meditation. It was so hardcore. You had to like stay up all night and meditate. So we'd start at like 10 in the evening and we'd go on till 6 in the morning. And it was so hard to do, like to not fall asleep. I began to invent all these amazing techniques of managing to fall asleep while sitting up and staying in meditation posture. Yeah, you begin to get really trippy when you meditate without sleeping. Yeah,
I know that. I work at night right now because
oh yeah,
one day work in the day, then at night, and I try to meditate during my work. When you want to sleep, it's sometimes awful because you're almost sleeping then meditating.
Yeah.
That is great. I'm so grateful to you. Thank you so much that you are doing all these talks all these years, and that you are helping people.
Oh, nice. With pleasure. It's really lovely to speak with you. Yeah, I send you lots of love.
Me too. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Ah, nice. So if you want to speak on the telephone, on Skype, then please just put call me. I can see a call me.